Okay, we got positive energy in the building. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Okay, so my first question might be an obvious one, but I think that's a good place to start. Get a little grounding with you. Why the name Positive Energy?
Well, I resonate with positive energy because really it comes after a few times of just trying to find my name and my space in this creative world. But really, the reason why I chose positive energy is because I feel like everything that I do should surround positive energy. When you think about a person or good things, you think about wealth, or you think about happiness, think about just a real, genuine person. That person has positive energy. And so I'm the type of person, I love affirmations, and whenever I speak of myself, I want it to be relevant to who it is that I am. And so I chose positive energy because I want that to resonate with everything that I do.
You care to share one of your favorite affirmations with us?
One of my favorite affirmations is I am a brilliant communicator, I am a master at speech, and really I love that because I love the English language, and so one of the things that I love to do, of course, obviously, is writing, and so what's a passion for me is just being able to communicate what it is that I'm saying in the way, in the full expression that I want to do it, and so I feel like it's really powerful for us to be able to speak and create things.
Powerful. One of your first crafts, what really led you to self-expression off camera, you told me, was poetry. So just give me a little background about how you came into that art form and what changed about your life after you started expressing yourself in that way.
Well, poetry, I started poetry many, many years ago when I was in primary school, and at that time I would write journals and just fill them up with whatever I was feeling. I think what happened as far as the transition from poetry into what it is that I do now is that, adolescence, teenage, and you realize that, okay, life is real. And it's just having a different form of expression where I can add melodies and just be able to express it vocally. I always loved writing, and so that was one of the avenues for me to express what it is that I was feeling at that time based on where my life was headed at that time.
All right, so when you decided to transition into music, the people around you, what was their response? How did they receive that idea?
Well, at first I was thinking that, okay, this is something that people say, okay, it's not a career or it's not an actual job or something like that. But honestly, for me, what's most important is that the people that I love support what it is that I'm doing. And so my mom, when I told her, I was like, this is what it is that I want to do, this is what I want to pursue, she was like, go after what it is that you love to do. And at the end of the day, because if it was me and I had the opportunities and I had the resources, I would do it. And so that really gave me that push and that encouraged me, like, okay, when we say I can do it, then trust me, nobody and nothing can hold me back. I have that strength now, I have that okay. And so that was one of the things for me.
Okay, so one of the things we were talking about off camera was that you kept mentioning was to stay true to yourself and the importance of authenticity. Speak a little bit about that, having that kind of loyalty to yourself, because a lot of people betray themselves in that sense. So just share your perspective on that.
Yeah, being true to yourself is so important because there are so many outside things that try to tell you what it is that you should be, how you should sound, what you should look like, and it's important for you to know who you are because like you said, you can get lost in something that is completely not who you are. And if you don't know who you are, then you don't know what you're looking for out of life. And so it's important for you to know that so that you would know what can lead you down the path to what it is that you desire or not. And you know that by discovering what it is that I like, what are some of my weaknesses, like who am I truly, so I would know what it is to pursue and what not to pursue.
So for the person who is on a similar path as you, but has not progressed as far as you, what would you say to them who may be struggling with that ability to stay true to themselves amidst peer pressure or whatever external pressures? What message would you give directly to that young girl, young man who just feels like, how can I be me?
What I would say to them is you have to just take that first step. You just have to say, okay, this is who I am. That you need to just look inside the mirror and just say, this is who I am. I know what is good, I know what is bad. And take that first step and realize that whatever it is that is on the inside of you is already there. You can feel and you know your greatness. You look at what you can do, you look at your craft, your gift, and you know that I have something special. And once you acknowledge that and you move forward, there's nothing you can do. Once you acknowledge that within yourself and you move forward, then you'll be able to acknowledge who your true self is.
Okay. Now you had mentioned you're kind of tired of seeing the clones, the counterfeits.
Yeah.
Have you ever, at one point in time, felt like you were a clone yourself? What do you think is the mindset behind that?
Yeah, honestly, no, I never felt like I was a clone myself because I've always been like the odd person, the one who at school you get teased, you know what I'm saying? So I was never like a clone. But I think that thing is that glitz and glad that we put on things. Like if you are this particular thing, that this puts you in this rank or in this social setting, and then you will be popular, people will like you, you'll feel better about yourself. And it's that entices people to want to clone themselves after people. But then if you look at those same people, you realize that they themselves haven't even come to the trueness of who they are or what they can do, or it's just, and you have all the money or the fame and you're just an empty person.
Blind leading the blind, right?
Just the blind leading the blind.
Okay, so now you had mentioned social stigma and and how that represses expression.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some ways, practical ways, because I know everyone would feel that pressure at some point in time. What are some practical ways that you move yourself past that pressure, transcend that, and live in your fullness?
Some ways that I transcend that. You know, what I do is, or I accentuate what it is that I know I have, or what it is that I know that I am. I know that there are some things that I cannot do. Like if I cannot pick up a paintbrush and do what somebody else does. And I find that strength in knowing that, hey, I put time into my craft, or I put time into what it is that I want to do. And I find that strength and that confidence in that. And once I build that and I pour myself into that, as that grows, I grow, you know, as a person. And so as I move, the way that I move past that is really through my music and through my creative expression. It's different from what may be mainstream, but that's the way that I would express myself. And so I just follow that, and that leads me.
That's amazing. It's interesting because it's almost like you telling persons the way to get into yourself is to come out of yourself.
Yes.
So it's kind of ironic, but those with as with hair, you know.
Exactly. That's so true.
Yeah, so that was very keen. Off camera, I had asked you, who do you talk to? Who is your audience? Who do you direct your lyrics at?
I talk to people who are just the people who are different, the people who feel like I don't fit in, or there's something different about me, but I don't know how to come into the fullness of this person. Like, I'm talking to that person who feels like I have all of this potential within me, but I don't really know how to fully express that or to bring that out of me. Like, my message to people is to just, hey, stop. There's more to life than everything that's being thrown at you. Once you look within yourself and you realize the true potential and the true gift and just the strength that lies within you, like, there's nothing that can hold you back.
So you based in Abaco, right?
Yes.
So what's the Abaconian music scene like?
You know, Abaco, firstly I would say Abaco has some really, really great artists, from singers to rappers, even just visual artists, just a plethora of, it's like just a playground. And as far as the scene, I know that I would say it's progressing. It's not progressing as quickly as we would want it to, but that's mostly due to limited opportunities and not having certain resources to be able to do like you can do here in Nassau. But honestly, the Abaco scene, really great and talented artists. Yeah.
When you say resources that are lacking, what can you be more specific? Because a lot of persons don't really know what they have or appreciate what they have. So maybe hearing some of the things that you guys lack, that you have to come to Nassau to take advantage of.
Yeah.
People would start to respect what they have more. So could you share some of those things?
You know, one of the things is just having that solid community of of creatives. Like, you know who the people are, but there's no actual time, or there's no actual team of people that you can just go to. Like, we have a studio, of course, and this is a studio that I work with Serafina sometimes, and you can go there, you can record and whatnot, but some of the things that you can do is have social meetups. Like, I just came back from a meetup with TAP just to celebrate International Women's Day, and a lot of other really talented and really gifted entrepreneurs and ladies, and you don't have that over there because it's just you don't know who the community is. And so just to be able to come over here and do that, to be able to have a video, if you want to shoot a video, you have people who can do that, but everyone has lives, they have jobs, and that's something that's not easily accessible.
So it's hard for people to dedicate themselves to the art forms, what you say?
Yeah, because you have, like I said, you have a 9 to 5, but then you also have this thing that you're pursuing, and if you're not really putting yourself out there, or if you're not really kind of pushing your social media to try and maybe get into the Nassau market, like, it's going to be difficult because you don't have those people to network with.
Okay, so you are more, I would consider you more underground at this point because you don't have much content that could be consumed publicly.
Right.
So what are some ways that you plan to promote yourself? I mean, the talent is definitely there, but what are some ways that you plan to expose yourself to these new markets?
Definitely, I've been building my social media, as far as just getting that following. I've been social networking with different people in the industry and just in the community and putting myself out there. Also building my YouTube channel just to be able to have more content to be viewed.
All right, so Positive Energy, appreciate talking to you, you know, very humble spirit, very wise, and a lot of depth to your character. Before we sign off, do you have anything you want to promote, any persons you want to shout out?
Yeah, definitely. You can follow me on Instagram. I am Positive Energy, Facebook Positive Energy, as well as YouTube. And as far as shout outs, shout out to my mom. I know that's very cliche, but shout out to my mom and everybody. Shout out to my aunts, and just everybody that's out there pushing their passion, their dream. Everyone that's either put in their jobs, or they're working 3 jobs to make it their dream a reality. Like, just shout out and keep pushing.
All right, Positive Energy, we signing up.